From MTN News, this is Montana This Morning.
I made the decision that we catch these dogs and do something with them right away.
Refining safety, how the Northern Cheyenne Tribe is working to keep residents safe after a dog attack left a pregnant woman seriously hurt.
I'm Madeline Heath here in Helena, and coming up, a powerful look at how one speech pathologist is giving Alzheimer's patients something priceless, their voice, and how her unique approach is helping families reconnect one word and memory at a time.
We need to work together if we want to service our community in the biggest extent that we can.
And opening books at the Festival of Trees, how a Billings club hoped to grow a storybook tree bigger than ever. Those stories and much more coming up in the next hour. Good morning and welcome back to Montana This Morning on this Friday, November 28th. I'm Hailey Monaco here with Miller Robson. Miller, we've been talking about it all week. The snow is coming.
It is heading our way. Winter storm warning at effect to our north in most of our area. Winter weather advisory. It's already kicked in at 5 a.m. this morning until tomorrow morning around 5 a.m. If we had to put a guess on it, anywhere from 2 to 5 inches, maybe anywhere upwards of 4 to 6, 7, 8 inches, maybe more to our north. If you're the further north you go, you have a better chance to see more of that accumulation. As we get further south, maybe not so much, but still, you don't want to let your guard down. Generally 2 to 5 inches of snow possible across the area. Hey, look at this, getting into the season, Miles City, putting up a Christmas decoration.
How fun.
I love it. And we got our Christmas holiday parade tonight here in Billings, Sky Point at 6:30. Myself and Ed, we're going to be hosting that event. And it's going to be cold.
Dress warm.
Low 20s for the temperature, and maybe in the single digits with the wind chill. And there's a really good chance we're going to have snow during the event this year. And we'll tell you more about that. And of course, we'll tell you more about this winter storm that's going to be heading our way coming in just a bit. Almanac, yesterday we hit 35 here in Billings, so a little bit below the average of 41. Our low, though, only got down to 30, so about 7 degrees above the norm. Yesterday had a top gust of 15 miles an hour. Not only do we have to worry about the snow, but we got some blowing snow issues. We could have gusts 35 miles an hour with this storm coming through. It was a dry day yesterday. We're still behind for the month. We could make up some ground in terms of moisture totals off of that snow. Anywhere from 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch of moisture will be possible. So we could make a bit of a dent for the month, but we're still pacing ahead for the year. So you can see nothing in our area right now. There is a chance from Livingston to Billings to Broadus along that line, north and south. We could possibly see a little bit of freezing rain this morning, maybe even some fog. But there's the big story, the winter storm warnings and watches and advisories all across a majority of the region. We will break it all down for you, what you can expect on impacts for holiday travel heading home this weekend. We'll do that coming up here in just a bit.
All right, sounds great. Thanks,
Okay.
Miller.
You got it.
And this morning, we are learning more details as Billings police continue to investigate a car crash on a busy city street Thanksgiving afternoon. Police say the crash happened at the intersection of 24th Street West and Monad Road in front of Buffalo Wild Wings around 4 o'clock yesterday. While details are extremely limited, take a look at these photos sent in to us from a viewer who witnessed the aftermath. You can see an entire engine from one of the cars involved among the rest of the wreckage. That's just all across both roads. Police have not released the extent of injuries, but confirmed that at least 3 people were taken to the hospital by ambulance after firefighters used life-saving tools to free them from a vehicle. Police say the investigation is ongoing this morning, but do say high speed is a factor in the crash. We'll keep you updated throughout the morning as we learn more. In continuing coverage this morning, Northern Cheyenne woman who is now on the road to recovery after surviving a brutal attack by a pack of dogs that left her severely injured. The Northern Cheyenne tribe in Lame Deer has been facing dog issues for years. Now, the tribal council is looking to take further action in hopes of preventing another attack. Our Hannah Pettiferry reports.
After Tila Atwood was brutally attacked by several dogs, the Northern Cheyenne Tribal Council's ears perked up.
I made the decision that we catch these dogs and do something with them right away because there has been attacks in the past, and I made that decision along with the council.
That attack pushed the council to revisit the ordinance, possibly making changes to the elimination of dangerous dogs by law enforcement.
I think we should be able to get back to the table with it as far as the working session goes, then, start working on a new ordinance.
Tribal President Gene Small says that he's seen a lot of talk on making the dog owner responsible, but that comes with complications.
How do you prove somebody owns a dog in the streets of Lame Deer if there's no implant, chip, collar, tag?
Mary Oldbear is the aunt of the woman recently attacked, Tila Atwood, and she believes the community needs to come together to solve a problem that she says has been going on for years.
It's just everybody, taking your part and being responsible for your part and working and just staying on top of it, doing something.
She agrees that a solution is to hold owners accountable.
The responsibility should be on the owner, because you're the one who isn't taking care of that dog and you're not feeding it. That's the main reason they're running around town.
She says it takes a life-threatening event for the discussion of dogs to be talked about.
The only time it kind of comes to the surface is when something like this happens, and then everybody's on it, and then it just goes away, and then no one ever really does what they should about it.
It's a problem that Gene Small is trying to resolve, keeping the tribe's culture and values in mind.
We follow our own laws. We got our own laws. How do we find that balance of the culture and the feral? We still keep the culture aspect in mind, but you also got to keep the big thing for me is the people, the safety.
In Lame Deer, Hannah Pettiferry, MTN News.
In national news this morning, President Trump announced Thursday night that Sarah Beckstrom, one of the two from West Virginia National Guard members who were shot while patrolling the nation's capital on Thanksgiving Eve, has died from her injuries. The second victim, Andrew Wolf, is in critical condition, and President Trump says the guardsman is fighting for his life. The suspect is believed to have acted alone in the Wednesday attack. Officials say the Afghan national entered the U.S. in 2021. Well, President Trump spent this holiday outside of the White House, but from a tricky peace deal to affordable health care plans, many questions remain for when he returns to the nation's capital. Nathaniel Reed has more.
President Trump spending Thanksgiving at his Mar-a-Lago club in Florida. Meanwhile, a full plate of challenges awaits him back in Washington on the other side of the holiday. Chief among them, what will come next in a plan to end the ongoing war between Ukraine and Russia. The president saying this on Air Force One on Tuesday.
We're having good talks. We started with Russia. We're having some talks with Russia. Ukraine is doing well. I think they're pretty happy about it. They'd like to see it end. And we won't know for a little while, but we're making progress.
The president pushed an expected meeting with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and said he hopes to meet with both him and Russian President Vladimir Putin only when the deal to end this war is final or in its final stages. Trump says Special Envoy Steve Witkoff will head to Russia next week, and Secretary of the Army Dan Driscoll will meet with Ukrainians to continue efforts toward a lasting peace. Meanwhile, the future of an attempt to reach a health care deal is still unclear. Premiums are set to go up next year for millions of Americans who rely on Affordable Care Act subsidies. President Trump said Tuesday he might be open to extending those credits while working on a more comprehensive fix for the high cost of health care.
I'd rather not extend them at all. It may be some kind of an extension may be necessary to get something else done.
Senate Republicans promised to hold a vote on extending those subsidies next month as part of a deal to reopen the government. But there's no guarantee of a similar vote in the House of Representatives before the credits are set to expire at the end of this year. Nathaniel Reed, Scripps News Group, Washington.
New on Montana this morning, some residents in Red Lodge are locking their doors and keeping a watchful eye after a recent break-in at a home for sale on the edge of town. Our Will Wagner spoke with a homeowner who says this is not normal for the area and hopes somebody can identify the intruder.
He started it at the windows downstairs looking in, while he also tried the door downstairs too. Then he went around to the back door, tried it, couldn't get in, and then he got in through the garage and entered the house. And when he got into the dining room, I spoke to him through my blink cameras saying, "Get the heck out of my house." I called the police, and he said that his realtor said the door was unlocked and he would go in.
Jerry Ward wasn't home when she saw an intruder in a Red Lodge home on her security cameras. She immediately spoke up, telling the man to leave. After an exchange through the cameras, the intruder claimed the realtor told him to go inside, which both the realtor and Ward say is false.
We would never do that. We're always going to be present for any showings or have a licensed broker accompanying their client.
And the intruder's excuse rang false when it could be seen he had a jacket wrapped around his hand. George Duke is no stranger to selling rural properties. He says Ward's choice to have cameras likely prevented a worse outcome. In addition to cameras, he says anyone who will be away from their properties for extended periods of time should make it look like they're being lived in.
If we're listing it for sale and you're not in residence, keep the driveways plowed, keep it well maintained so it looks like someone's living there. And as in the case of Mrs. Ward's place, she was able to deter the intruder immediately because she had the place monitored with cameras on her phone.
Ward has called rural Montana home for her whole life and says break-ins like these are far from common. While she has taken steps to beef up her security even further, she wants others to be on the lookout. She asks anyone who recognizes the man in the video to reach out to law enforcement.
This is completely new. I mean, I'm a native born here in Montana, and it's not something you normally hear about, being in the country and whatnot.
In Red Lodge, Will Wagner, MTN News.
Well, thank you. Well, starting tonight, Zoo Montana will be once again glowing with nearly 30 million Christmas lights. Zoo staff say Holiday Nights is back, lighting up the grounds for the next few weeks. Organizers say the tradition combines the festivities of holiday lights with community celebration, bringing together music and zoo visitors. Staff say they expect around 25,000 attendees every year, with this year being no exception. The zoo will also be offering hot chocolate, s'mores, fire pits, photo opportunities, and activities for everyone. You can catch the lights from 5 to 9 p.m. every Thursday through Sunday night from now until December 14th, then every night from December 18th to New Year's Eve. Well, November marks Alzheimer's Awareness Month. It's a time dedicated to shining a light on a disease that affects thousands of families across the Treasure State. MTN's Madeline Heath spoke with a speech pathologist who is helping those battling the disease on how loved ones and caregivers can help during their journey.
Here during the holidays, when families are gathering together to share in memories, laughter, and long-held traditions, someone living with Alzheimer's disease may experience this season very differently. But a speech pathologist at St. Peter's Health here in Helena is helping families connect amidst the changes.
I do what I do because I love helping people. I love being a part of their journey.
Kathy Osved works on speech with Alzheimer's patients, but the disease has impacted her life more than just those she works with.
I've been through it as a person because my own mother died of Alzheimer's, and my mother-in-law did as well.
These experiences are something she says has grown her patience and empathy inside and outside her office.
Speak to them as they are a person. You take their input. You listen to them. You do not talk down to them. You do not correct them.
According to the Alzheimer's Association, in the Treasure State, around 21,000 people over the age of 65 are living with Alzheimer's. And while we often think of memory loss with the disease, it can drastically impact speech, like the difficulty to find the right word and struggling to follow conversations.
We try to implement things that will allow them to still be productive and do things that they enjoy. And so that may be, oftentimes I'll have people start a journal.
Dry erase boards and memory scrapbooks are also common tools. And although it isn't something that can be fixed, people like Kathy can help both the patient and caregivers. Kathy says from her own experiences and work with patients, she knows how frustrating and heartbreaking the disease is.
You need to appreciate and love this person where they are today, because that person is gone and you don't know when this person's going to be gone. So you need to cherish that and meet them where they're at.
Reporting in Helena, Madeline Heath, MTN News.
Madeline, thank you. Still ahead on this Friday morning, keeping your Black Friday and Cyber Monday deliveries out of the hands of crooks. The best way to protect your packages. Next. The time is now 6:14 and 36 degrees downtown. You're watching Montana This Morning. A look at your money matters after the break.